Hello everybody, and you're watching the first ever episode of Savcraft. I'm going to bring you a TVZ on Dimaga cabins between ESC Goody, the German Terran spawning in the bottom left, and MTW Dimaga, the red Ukrainian Zerg in the top right. So hopefully looking forward to this. Dimaga, a very well-known European Zerg, very aggressive, lots of banelings. It's always very scary as a Terran. Goody, very mech-based player known as the Panzer General, it's his nickname. Looking for some mech play today. I expect against the Zerg. Mech very useful against Zerg, very powerful, but can be quite risky as well. So just while they're building SUVs and drones at the beginning, I'm going to tell you a bit about Savcraft. I'm a big Starcraft 2 fan. Really love the idea of the esport behind it. Watch the GSL, watch all the other casters on YouTube. Looking forward to the NASL as well. I think it's really good we have a Western tournament like that can compete with GSL. I don't know casters a dime a dozen, but I thought I'd give a go at it. I think there's a bit of a lack of British casters, apart from Total Biscuit. Before you ask, I do not know Total Biscuit. He lives in a different part of the country to me. Anyway, Goody putting down the eBay, got to block the fast expansion from Dimaga, which looks like he was going for. He's on 14, looking for 15. Probably going for a 15 hatch, but that's not going to happen now. The Overlord's going to spot it, and he's probably just going to put down a pool and gas instead. I doubt he's going to pull drones to put this off. It's not the best way to deal with it. As I said, pool going down, gas going down. Just get speedlings out, get about 4 speedlings out, and take down the eBay. Always a good idea to try and block the expansion of a Zerg player if you can. It's really frustrating. They like to get the second base up as soon as possible, start seeing making drones, macroing up, and that's how they play the game. Goody stops it just before it finishes, so he can cancel it and get most of his minerals back. Goody, just very standard, refinery, barracks, going to do the block off with the 2 supply depots in the barracks. Goody at Zergling run-bys, but vulnerable to baneling busts, so I don't know if Dimaga might exploit that. Drone just being annoying, I hate it when they do that. I am a Terran player, but I'm only gold, but please don't hate me because of that. Dimaga just going to send his Overlord here, very common position, just hide it behind the grass or just off here. You can see there's an expansion, and you can always just suicide it into the base up here. So Dimaga's drone still being annoying, popping in and out, just seeing gas, very standard, can't really tell too much. Maybe if you've seen a really fast second gas, then you might be thinking maybe there's a Banshee coming, but nothing so far. Or maybe an early factory, if maybe he'd gone gas first, you might think that. But now the Zerglings are out, they're just going to pull down this engineering bay. Zergling speed on the way, Queen going to pop out. 2 queens in fact, he's going to get a very fast second queen. It's going to be able to spread some creep, connect to the main and natural, which is always important when you're defending. You must have creep everywhere as a Zerg. So yeah, Dimaga definitely going for the second as soon as that's down. There we go. And so he's now just going to use the speedlings, Zerglings to pop on the watchtowers. This Overlord looks like it will probably end up in the middle. That's another very common site for an Overlord on this map. And Goody actually going for 2 factories. Off one, I might just thought he was going for a siege tank push with a few marines. That's pretty common. But it looks like with the second factory, I'd be tempted to say he's definitely going to mix in some Hellions there. Maybe some Blue Flame. That's always a good choice against Zerg. You really you can roast through Zerglings and drones with a few Blue Flame Hellions. Really frustrating Zerg player because they're so quick. You really just have to get a bunch of roaches or maybe some speedlings, get us around to lock them down. So we could see an interesting timing push from Goody with those 2 factories going up. Looks like Dimaga's going to suicide an Overlord in. Goody will spot this easily. I wonder how much he'll see. I think he'll only see that really. Just see the tech lab on the factory. So you might just think it's a very standard push factory, just a siege tank marine push. But it's not going to be, because there's going to be some Hellions on the way, which is going to be able to push back these Zerglings, give the map control over to Goody instead, and that's going to be the end of Dimaga's vision everywhere. So yeah, speedling now out, speed upgrade, siege tech going out for Goody, second base out for Dimaga, instant injects, very good, always on top of his macro mechanics, spreading creep. You really want that creep out, and a roach warren going up. I think it's a good idea. Not going for banelings, I think that's sensible. He hasn't seen sort of a more than 1 racks, and really you only need banelings if they're going mass marine or mass buy. Suiciding banelings into mech units is never a good idea. So this Hellion is going to get pushed back by the number of speedlings. Dimaga doing a good job, just keeping the Terran inside his base for now. But yeah, I'm interested to see this push. I think once soon as second tank's out and the siege tech is up, Goody's just going to push with a bunch of SCVs and Marines and Hellions, and I'm not too sure how Dimaga's going to deal with it. He's only got to have 4 Roaches out, and he's only got 8 Speedlings out. Otherwise, I mean, his drones are up at 29-30. Although he's only just ahead of the Terran, but the ejects have only just started kicking in, so he hasn't had too much time to drain up. Sorry, I've got a bit of a cold, sniffing everywhere. So here comes Goody's push, and like I said, I don't know if Dimaga's going to be able to hold out this. I think he definitely lose some drones here. Just one Hellion scouted forward, seeing what's up. No banelings or anything. He's going to be safe in that respect. But yeah, Dimaga not panicking, producing 12 Zerglings. It's the best thing he can do right now. Tank doing huge amounts of damage. A little bit isolated at the back here. Oh, and Dimaga's pulling all of his drones off with the Speedlings. And he's going to get the surround, I think. This could be a great flank. Very patient. He's just sitting back all of his units until it's perfect. And he's going for a brilliant flank. Oh, this is going to... Goody, this could be real trouble here. Oh, he's getting a perfect surround, taking down both the tanks, all the Marines, the SUVs, and this Hellion's just going to die as well. Reinforcing tank getting caught too. Oh, that's fantastic play by Dimaga. And he's got 30 harvesters to 27 after that, so he barely lost any drones. He's just going to be able to macro back up. Really, it wasn't the push that Goody wanted. Well, it didn't work out the way Goody wanted it to. So I'm really impressed with that defense by Dimaga. And now Goody, although he's building his command center, I don't think he'll want to land it here for a while, just while Dimaga is on top. He's got map control, he's got Speedlings around the map, and Dimaga's going to now just think about taking his third. There's a chance he might. I think it's rather unlikely. There's a chance he might, sort of get a banelings nest up and go for some sort of bust. But as Artosis says, once you're ahead, you should get more ahead. So now I really think he's going to think about getting his third. Looks like he might go for the gold. He's busted down the rocks with a couple of Roaches. And I think he's now really free to take that gold whenever he wants.